Well, with all these new migrants, facilities in Texas and Arizona are overrun. National Border Council President Brandon Judd joining me now. Now, Brandon, are you getting any help at all or instructions from DHS about guarding the border, or is it all about processing right now?
No, everything is about moving people through the system as quickly as we possibly can, get them into the United States, transport them to wherever they need to, wherever they want to go in the United States. That's what everything is about. Nothing is about actually patrolling the border, securing the border. And the best graphic of that is when Bill talks about that breach in the border wall. We just don't have agents out there that can patrol to stop these breaches taking place. In the past, those cutting that border wall, taking down bollards out of that wall, that would have never happened in the past because we would have had agents there to stop that from happening. But right now, the cartels control every single facet of our border. They can bring their drugs in, they can bring their criminal aliens in, they can bring their the aliens from countries that want to do us harm, they can bring them in. Everything right now is completely controlled by the cartel while we're doing administrative work rather than enforcement work. We're just moving people through the system as quickly as DHS wants us to do. That's all we're doing. Enforcement has
Brandon,
gone
let me just ask
specifically,
when you see one of the cartel members bringing a big cutter, a metal cutter, to the fence and literally making a lot of noise, making a lot of fuss, you can't do anything about that person who's cutting a hole in the fence to let hundreds more migrants in?
No, we could. We could absolutely take that individual into custody. We just don't have agents to stop it. We can't deploy our agents to stop that because all of our agents are being used for administrative work.
Wow.
Again, all we're doing right now, instead of the Border Patrol, the joke is we're the Welcome Patrol. That's what we've become. We're just moving people through the system. We're not performing enforcement work because we just don't have the resources to do it. So yes, we would stop that cartel member if we had agents to deploy and be able to be there to stop it.
And then we have the gotaways. I mean, not that anybody's counting, but that number is tremendous. Even though some of these cards, Bill had a picture, Bill Melugin had a picture on Twitter or X suggesting that, some of these dates are like 8 years hence to come back to court. Nobody's going to come back. But the gotaways, 670,000 in fiscal year 23.
Yeah, and David, that's what we know of. The gotaways are much higher than that. We just don't have agents out in the field to count the proper number. So if we're doing administrative work, we can't even be out there to count the actual number. That number is more than 4 times what we're actually showing just because we can't count them. And that's the dangerous aspect of this. We don't know who they are, where they're coming from, what they want to do in the United States. And that is simply because everything is destabilized right now.
Brandon, you're a brave man to be manning that situation or trying as best as you can. Of course, what you've been trained to do is not being put into effect. You know how to stop it. We know how to stop it, and the administration is not stopping it. It's that simple. Brandon Judd, good to see you. Thank you very much.